All right, so as promised, this is the overhead pressing video. Teach you everything you need to know about overhead pressing. All right, tell everybody your name.
Ryan Hammer.
Ryan, have we worked together?
No.
No, we haven't.
Great.
So Ryan has no idea what I'm going to tell him right now. But when we start overhead pressing, first thing to do is make sure your bar, if you're pressing out of the rack, is the correct height. So the way we do that is have Ryan step up like he did, and it's right at about the middle of his chest. Slightly lower, right about the middle. That's where you want it. It's got to be well below the clavicles so that you're not trying to fight it off the rack. So now, to properly overhead press, we always start from the bottom, because making everything from your knees to your lats a pillar to push off of is imperative. So we start from the knees, we squeeze the quads, make them straight. We don't want any bend whatsoever. And then we squeeze the glutes after, and then we come up here, and as we receive the bar, we're tightening the abs as tight as possible, as well as the glutes, and we're not losing the legs. So now approach the bar. Now from here, we're gonna work on the grip. So he's about my height, and anybody that's under 6 foot needs to have a closer grip. So we're gonna go in right about here. A little closer, almost like a close grip bench press. So now at this point, you need to be getting your entire body under the bar. Entire body, feet and all. Scoot your feet forward. There you go. Whole body under the bar. You're gonna lift with your whole body. And just take a half step back. There we go. Feet are in line. Now, what we're gonna work on here is wrist position. What he's in now is what I call a passive position. Passive position is weak position. So we're gonna straighten that wrist out a bit. It doesn't have to be totally straight, but it has to be much straighter. There we go. He's looking pretty good over here. Now, I always recommend thumb wrapped around the bar. Sorry, thumb not wrapped around the bar. Here. Just because it's a little easier to keep this straight, and right in here is all the nerves that really help activate your triceps. So we're going straight here. Now, we're remembering tight, tight, big breath. Now we press. Okay, come back down and press a little slower. There we go. Take your head back a little more. All right, so keep the rack. Keep the rack position, which is where you are. When you're overhead pressing, just like any other movement, your goal is to stay in line as much as possible. That's why when you overhead press, the feeling is to press back, not to press up. You're gonna press up and back, because you're going offline, then you're coming back online. It's gonna feel like you're pressing back too much, but it's a better cue than head through. Press back. Your head naturally will go through. Don't worry about your head position. You can be looking up. You can try and stay neutral like he is. It doesn't really matter. There we go. Now go ahead and rack the bar. Any questions?
For me?
For you? Do you have any questions?
No, everything felt as tight as it should be.
Okay.
At the top, are you focusing on just driving up, or is there any external rotation happening?
Not for myself. Okay. Nope. I keep everything just up and back is what I'm thinking about.
Right.
Let's go over one more thing. Go ahead and rack. Take the bar again. Yep, good grip. Get your body under, whole body. There we go. Half step back. Now at this point, an additional thing we do is we flare the lat. We don't want them tight and tucked like in a bench press. We want them flared to give yourself a shelf. It also protects the lower back because the lat comes all the way down. So where you're squeezing your glutes and you're flaring your lats to protect that back. Now from there, press again, up and back. There you go. Do it one more time from the side. There we go, looks strong. Rack it. Any more questions?
That one felt better.
It felt better, exactly. All right, so let's try one more thing. Go ahead and take the bar again. Half step. Quads, glutes, lats. Now, what I'm going to have you do on this one, you're going to take a big breath into your gut, then you're going to suck it all back in. Push it out your back, push it out your sides, and hold that tightness while you press. There we go. Do it again. Good. Rack it. There we go. Creating that pillar. It's number one. Any more questions?
Nope.
No. See how tired he is? That's just from producing tension. It's amazing.